Where did you get all that?
Okay, so you know how we had our OnlyFans? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I put it up, and then I canceled it 3 days later. But not before collecting all this membership money!
Oh, God.
Hello everyone, I'm Steve, Mark's around. Say hi, Mark.
Hi, everybody.
And this is Smokey, Steve, and Mark. Either welcome or welcome back. And happy Saturday. It is the weekend, so we know what that means. We're having black coffee today, actually. Pike's Place, dark roast. Because I'm a little bitter today. The unfinished basement is helping, though. So I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone is safe. There's like 3,000 things to be safe from and well from at the moment. Hang in there. Hang in there. And we're all in this together. Whether we like each other or not, we are all in this together. So let's just do what we can to help each other out, okay? That's the PSA for today. So we are going to continue sort of where we left off with our fair lady, Chantal Marie, Foodie Beauty, Big Beautiful Me, The Daily Chantal, Chantopolis, The Chantal Show, The Chantal and Pete's Beezer Academy, or whatever it was, and Foodie Beauty now again. So, busy week. There were, again, lives that went up and down. There was some activity just up to a couple hours ago involving OnlyFans. You'll see this later, probably, so you'll see some of this information already out there by then. Let's see, we had the exercise video last. She's been very, very busy, very all over the place. She doesn't care for being called out on that, but it is kind of what it is. So, where we left off last week. Okay. We had the exercise video. That was kind of the big deal, and it was thought maybe that was the prelude to the OnlyFans thing. For anyone who's not familiar, OnlyFans is another paid membership site. I guess it could be free, but people charge to go on there. And it's not exclusively, but is known for provocative content. And OnlyFans that would go into it. So she teased that during the week, and the exercise video seemed kind of like a private show, or an example of what could be a private show, which was also going to be available for purchase on OnlyFans. Let's see, she did a few lives, and then the boxes are out of her apartment. That's the biggest goddamn deal since sliced bread, that those boxes are out, and men had to come to get them, and it was expensive, and I don't know. So, again, I'm a little more salty this week because some of the stuff that went down with the OnlyFans I don't think is okay. Not saying it's illegal, not saying it's against terms of service. I'm just saying, I'm passing moral judgment. I'm sorry, and saying what I think is going on with the OnlyFans thing is not okay. And it's not even the sex stuff I don't approve of. I don't give a fuck about that. We'll get to it. So, we're gonna coast through the YouTube stuff, because there wasn't a whole lot, aside from the fact that she slipped, and all but confirmed, if not confirmed, that she does have diabetes, which Kel's surprise, rip out the front page and save it. And then also there was some shit talking about a couple other people on YouTube. I know Ms. Huzzy was one of them. There was a couple other people too. And that was mixed in with the lives that were deleted. There were some put up and then deleted, and there was a few videos that happened to. So I pulled bits and pieces, and thank you to the review and reaction community at large for helping me find the materials that were saved that were deleted, to do it as best I could. So last Saturday's live stream was 4 hours long. Now, live streams. We live stream once a week for an hour. There's been times I've done live streams like 2 or 3 weeks ago we did a live. There's times when I've been like under the weather, not feeling it, not feeling good, for whatever reason. And a live stream is an easier way to film. I can tell you as a creator, it's an easier way to film. Unless you're outside doing something. I mean, unless it's prepared. The way she live streams, there's very little preparation. You know, you just sit down and talk for 4 hours and read comments back and forth. And, hey, how are you? And thank you for the super chat. And where's Pete's? And what's his favorite color? And it's 4 hours of it. So at the beginning of it, I zoom through the live streams. So we'll get some bits and pieces here. She was digging into the groceries in the beginning, and she felt faint and waited too long to eat. Zoom. She complained that a pet store that was supposed to be open till 8. She was going to get some pet stuff, and there was 2 pet stores, one not really close to her and one very far from her. The one that was sort of close to her, she drove there, 7:15 and they're supposed to close at 8. And she said, I need to get some pet stuff. And they're like, well, you'll have to order online and pick it up Tuesday. Okay. I'm belaboring this for a reason. And she said, well, I'm right here. Can't I just call and like get it out to the car? And they're like, no, we can't do that. And she was upset because the service, this business, says they're open till 8. And she felt like it was inappropriate to display one thing and do another. She thought that they should have probably a little more integrity and stand by their word as a business and be accountable.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting? We'll talk about that later. So, Zoom Zoom, they eat McDonald's. Zoom Zoom, fun facts, Pete's is 36. Zoom Zoom, Pete's dream girl, ladies. Pete's likes Chantal, and then miscellaneous anime characters. I don't know if he has much interest anywhere else. I'm not sure of his sexual orientation or if he's even said so. I mean, he likes women. He was with Chantal. I don't know if he has interests outside of that. He says ladies. Ladies, you know. Amberlynn Reed apparently popped in. There was a question if it was actually her, but then it was her, I guess. And then she's showing groceries and talks to... I'm over it. I'm over the lives. A live is fine. Half hour, an hour. And of course I'm saying that because I do an hour, so I'm measuring everyone against myself, which is wrong. But 4 hours of live is a lot, you know, especially for not really anything happening during it either. I don't know, if they go live on a road trip, that's cool. That's something different, you know, live walks. You know, I know it's winter, but anything other than just sitting at the kitchen counter and telling your moderators who they should and shouldn't block or mod or whatever. So next, live Valentine's dinner. She looks nice in a Fairuza Balk in the craft sort of way, you know, all but the black lipstick. She's got it going. The hair, I'm sure you're excited for it to grow out too.
That hair.
I liked it last week, but I don't like it this week. I don't like it this week.
You don't know how to style short hair.
I don't know how to style short hair. That's why I shaved my head. Well, I don't have any hair. I've about a third of the hair I used to. At any rate. So she's making a roast. Happy Valentine's. She's making a roast. Meat will be a little more tender, I think, than the last one. She says she's a little jealous of people in relationships, sort of, but that some people stay because they're comfortable, and that's why she was with BB for the last part of it. But she's kind of doing her own independent woman thing now, I guess. Then she addresses the mods again. This happened last week. There was a big mod debacle about blocking questions and doing this and doing that. And Karate Joe, who is like her right-hand man, I think she kind of has... The tone of her voice says to me she has a love-hate relationship with him. She likes that he's a bulldog and that he's protective, but he crosses the line in a way that is off-putting to her, but she likes and needs him, so she kind of tolerates him, but I get. That's kind of the vibe I got. So she basically said, unless it's a racist remark or a hate comment, which is interesting, that it's fine, fair season. You know, ask what you want, ask a question, you can do it. She doesn't have to answer them, you know, she can deal with it. And she says, I know I get hate, but that's the way it is online. Okay. She's a very large channel. Well, compared to ours. I mean, she doesn't have 10 million followers. She has like 85,000. And channels do get a lot of hate online. I can't really compare ours to others because I can't think of another channel that just does... I mean, we don't just do reactions or reviews. This is like one day of the week. It used to be 2, and we're down to 1. And channels of the same size, we don't get a whole lot of hate that comes back at us. We get our share. When you talk about other people, good or bad, you're going to get your share. Because there's people who like them, there's people who don't, and there's people who think gossip is just wrong. So there will be backlash in that way. But often, we don't look at things like thumbs up and thumbs down that are like close to equal or swayed this way or the other. So I think there is something to be said for what kind of content you put out, how you respond to comments that come back, how you deal with haters as such, and proceed from there. So this idea that is just part of the internet is usually said by people that are rather inflammatory in their behaviors, and then try to write it off as, oh, people don't hate me, this is just how the internet is. It's not how YouTube is for me, or for Mark. We like it, because it's not that hateful. I imagine if our channel got bigger, it would be, but maybe it could be. but I don't expect that half the viewers hate us. I don't know. At any rate, going forward, she's vaping, and it was only 37 minutes into this, and she's vaping. And she said the video's not made for kids. There's 15 minutes of her fumbling around with a packet of dried demi-glace gravy. Pete's comes down to have some pot roast. She's talking about wanting to try some new cheeses. I think we remember cheese leading to a trip to the hospital maybe a couple years ago. And she says, who's going to join my OnlyFans? So, then it cuts out, and then we're back to, the part 2 of the live. Welcome back! They eat candy. We're just going to cruise through this, because her lives aren't worth my life. Pete supports gay rights. Good for Pete's. This live is just so boring. And then she cleans her cleavage like a child would wipe themselves. She goes all the way from here up. You gotta do what you gotta do. I understand. I don't know if there's a male equivalent to that. I don't know if that would...
Can't you turn around or something?
Would that be the equivalent of like a guy picking his... Well, I guess maybe Chantal. Picking your wedgie facing camera? I don't know. I don't know if those are parallel comparisons. Judge me. Put a comment below. That might be a little too far. Next. Oh no, and she was brushing her cat on the counter with a toothbrush next to the cat's food. I don't expect her to change her behavior. I don't know how many people do that or don't do that. And when you... No. C. diff. I don't know. So, next, Burger King, Angry King, and all nuggets dressed up. I know there's some lives in here that went missing. We're going to try to pull that together a little bit later, okay? No Time Warp video? She says tomorrow. This video came out like on Wednesday. It's Saturday afternoon. So we're intuitive eating at Burger King. She gets the Angry King with only one patty, because that's too much meat to have two. Onion rings, nuggets, all dressed. I've seen all dressed chips in the store around here. Only one brand and only seasonally. It's like kind of barbecue-y tasting, like she says, with like everything on it. Sweet, salty, spicy, the whole lot. And again, she was craving Burger King. She can resist anything but temptation. Somebody wiser than me said that. I can't think of the reference. She just can't help herself. And it's such a strange thing to, like, to be brought to your knees. I mean, I get it, but being further away from it, especially issues with food. I mean, I deal with addiction recovery when it comes to, like, alcohol and other substances. Food is different, I think, when it comes to addiction, because you do need to eat. But I forget what, like, slavery to cravings feels like. You know, where you would stomp over your mother's neck to get what you need to get. You know, you kind of get hijacked by, I will do whatever I need to do to get what I need to get. And if we're using the word craving as a substitute for intuition here, I don't know. So she tells a story about one of her lovers who looked like Bill Paxton. He looked like Bill Paxton until the end when it didn't go well, and then he looked like a woodchuck or something. But she had a summer job telemarketing she was 19, 20, she was just becoming a woman. And she didn't have a ride, so she would hop rides home from work. And she was working with a guy, and they got talking out on smoke breaks, and she needed a ride home and dropped a few hints, and he offered. So he offered to drive her home, but he wanted to stop at his place first and have a few drinks. Boys will be boys. And she agreed to go. However coerced. Guys are like that. They're so... Ugh. She goes. She drinks too much. He drinks too much. They end up doing whatever they do. And she's woken up every hour during the night by her own gas. Like a dog who farts itself awake, I guess. Because she's afraid to use this bathroom because it's very small and there's no fan and there's no buffer zone. And she's afraid... I mean...
Oh my good God.
You do what you gotta do. I don't know. But... And, I mean, responsible, I guess, because you shouldn't drink and drive. I mean, if they both had too much to drink and she has to crash there, she has to crash there. But that's how sticky situations, I think, can happen, though, too. So they go to breakfast right after, and then, of course, he has to pay because she's dead-ass broke. And then she walked home. So it was a beautiful romance, ships in the night. Most of her stories are kind of end with her being dissatisfied and walking home. There's a certain kind of charm to them. I know probably half of them are fake. Or greatly exaggerated. My story times are story times, but hers are like a little more grand. I think. And she embellishes, and she's mentioned before that she forgets details and gets timelines wrong. If it's a good story, it's a good story. If it's fiction, it should be presented as such. But when they went out to eat, she made fun of how he ate. Really. She really did. Stunning lack of insight. I don't know. Again, I'm not as thrilled with her this week. And, I don't know. He ended up going out with another coworker of hers, and that ended up being the end of that. So, next, Popeyes Cajun Fish Mukbang, Canada. Still no time warp. Still no time warp. I'm just counting the days. She gets fried fish, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes and gravy, strawberry cheesecake pie, which looks fried, and a biscuit. And apparently there's some stuff in the US that they just recently got in Canada. I don't know. It's one of those things. Like, we never have this here. I swear half the time when she says we don't have this in Canada, they have it in Canada. She's eaten it twice. Let me back up, though, because this isn't as much about Foodie beauty and her health, even though she has ongoing health issues. I mean, underneath the surface of drama is blood clots, fatty liver, issues with blood sugar and whatnot, because there was probably some caveat there that pulls away from being actually diabetic, but I doubt it. I think she is. At any rate, so she goes through the Popeyes food. She's wearing very cute earrings that look like sour gummy worms, to the point where she endorsed the person who did it. They had sent her some, and I like the earrings enough that I will as well. Creations Courtney. I think there's an X after the S in Creations Courtney. One word. They looked great, and she makes them very small. I think they're on Etsy. Go find them. I'm not putting her in the description, but if you heard me, go look. They're nice. Again, no time warp. She put in an advertisement for her TikTok, which, of course, has come and gone. She said she's really going through some stuff right now. Really going through stuff. So, no time warp video. And, like I said, the rest of the drama points were the cat's out of the bag about her being diabetic and doing nothing. You don't know what someone's doing off camera. You don't. She makes that point, and she's right. You can take a flying fucking guess what a lot of people do off camera, but you don't 100% know. But when you do know what they're doing on camera, and you can see what they're doing on camera, and it runs in contrast to very specific health concerns it says they have, it's normal to question, how do you reconcile these two? And a response of, it's my business, is your business. But when it's made into a public video, where you don't have to pay a membership to watch, it's natural for people to ask. And to the extent that Chantal now says people can ask questions, I have to get used to it. That won't last. Likes and comments are going to go down. So that's pretty much the fishy, those videos. The most important thing I wanted to get to was, let's talk about OnlyFans for a second, shall we? Okay. Uncle Steve needs a cigarette here. Okay. So OnlyFans. Okay, as I was joking before, we don't have an OnlyFans. Last week I tried to get my butt off the ground and there wasn't much traction. So, so we called it a wash. And Mark's, it's not really his gig. He's bashful. So, suffice it to say that didn't come through. Now, she did start an OnlyFans, and she teased starting an OnlyFans. In the last week, there was or was it into this week? Into this week. She had a photo that she put up as a video. It was like a 1-minute video advertising her OnlyFans thing. And she was looking very Rubenesque in this highly airbrushed, but very attractive photo. It's as good as Chantal could look, I think, in a provocative way. Not my cup of tea, but for those who it is their cup of tea, I think it was probably very much their cup of tea. Because she looked good. I mean, there's only so many good angles you can get on any of us. You know, you'd have to hang me upside down to try to get the skin on my stomach to lay flat. So, I'm no stranger to the struggle of smoke and mirrors to make yourself look good when you really are, you know? So it was very provocative, an advertisement for her OnlyFans. So, I sign up in the interest of trying to give, Mark signs up, in the interest of trying to get an idea of what's going on there as well, to see what the content is. I'm not interested in going on to watch her mukbangs, or to see her provocative content. It's really not my, again, cup of tea. But in order to give a fair and balanced perspective, I wanted to. And it's $10. And I make videos about her every week, and I have for a very long time. And it would be wrong of me to say that I didn't make a decent amount of AdSense off my videos about Foodie Beauty. So can I throw her $10 and watch all her ads? I can do that. I can live with that. It feels fair to me. However, there wasn't much on the channel when we subscribed. There was a few sexy videos. Nothing nude. Nothing gross food-wise. She wasn't sitting on a cake or anything. It was, you know, the photo shoot a video of the photo shoot where she took stills for that thumbnail with the red bra and the whatnot and the who's it and that. So there wasn't a whole lot there. So then I go on to my phone and I go to take a look and what do I see here? What do I see? There's her pictures and juicy TMI story time coming up Thursday or Friday. That would have been day before yesterday or yesterday. There was some hem-hawing about... I'm reading from her OnlyFans right now. And I'm getting up to the most one. This is the one that I think stuck with people. This was, I guess, from yesterday. Hey, guys. And the OnlyFans comment section looks just like the one on YouTube. You know, it's in order going up. Hey, guys. After a lot of thinking, I've decided that I am going to shut down OnlyFans. I know this is disappointing to those of you who've subscribed. I deeply apologize for that. I'm not sure how to refund people on here or if that's even possible. I'm dealing with a lot right now and just thought I would give it a try. I just don't think it's for me. I hope you will continue to support me on YouTube. I'm appreciative of those who understand and who paid to support me on here. Next. I can't refund unless I block people. But I've decided not to do that because I did put out some content. And most of you subscribe just to troll and leak my photos. So you know what? Take the $10 loss and weep. And she misspelled weep. So we've gone from, and it gets better. We've gone from, we're going to do OnlyFans, and she said, in another post, she put a dollar amount on how much she made in a short period of time, within just a few days. And then decides to put no further content up. And then says, no refunds. Sorry. Okay. Next, she gets a little defensive about that, because she must have got some feedback that when you take money for a service and don't provide the service, that it's really grimy. It may not be against TOS for OnlyFans or YouTube. It may not be against anybody's policy, but it's a grimy fucking thing to do. So, she counters, I didn't steal any money from anyone. Okay. In terms of service for OnlyFans states no refunds. Plus they take a cut so you wouldn't get a full refund. Continue with the false outrage all you want. I'm no longer entertaining this. So when someone robs you and then blames you for being upset, when someone treats you poorly and blames you for being upset about it, that's abuser language. That's what that is. That means, I didn't mean to hurt you, but if you got hurt, you probably deserved it, so whatever, bye. Yeah. That's real nice. Continue with the false outrage. Like I said, I did put myself out there and put out content, and if they didn't live up to your expectations, not my problem. 3 videos for a month, and people had too high First of all, no one has high expectations of Chantal. The fact that this was even underwhelming for that says a lot. And then I go back to the thing, up to the top, and the newest post is, I upped my sub fee just until I close my account so the new people don't sub. And under the sub fee, it says, subscription, $10 until March 15th, renew for $50. So she says she put the $50 there and that you won't be charged $50 if you click on it. And then under that, it says, Foodie Beauty, do not subscribe, account closing. You can't see that. I can see that.
Totally bizarre.
So, we're out $10. Not prorated. So,
We will never get that $10 back, ever.
I will not.
I'm gonna file a lawsuit.
I mean, on the lighter side of things, have I made more than $10 in AdSense from doing videos on Foodie Beauty? Of course! Of course I have! Am I a saint? No! No, not even in the slightest. However, let's say it's not Chantal's OnlyFans. Let's say it's Chantal's Planet Fitness. Okay, and on the first day of opening the gym, she charges monthly memberships. And she makes $3,000 in the first 3 days. Okay? On day 4, she closes the gym and keeps all the membership money and tells people, well, you got to go for a few days. No refunds. Sorry. Just because you felt like you should have been able to go and come to this gym for a month, it doesn't matter. You got to come a few times. Sorry. Now, again, or another not matching example would be Chantal's restaurant, where opening day she sells $1,000 worth of gift certificates. 2 days later, closes before anyone can redeem them, and she keeps the cash and says, hey, I'm going through stuff, had to close the restaurant. Sorry you're screwed. You know, it's like, how do you diffuse blame for screwing people over like that? The only thing she'd have to do is continue to make 2 videos a week on OnlyFans for the rest of the month to not be considered screwing people over. That's all she'd have to do. Still photos once a day. Anything. It would take so little effort to not be a dirtbag about this. So little effort. And it's too much. Now, Chantal being Chantal, of course, says she doesn't want to be, name-called, held accountable, really, for this. Let me go into the community tab. Because that has its own sort of thing to it. Now, we'll go back on the community tab. The timelines are roughly similar. We're going back only about 3 days here. So, hey guys, 4 a.m. here in Canada and cold. This was the beginning of the end of laying the groundwork of getting rid of OnlyFans. 4 a.m. here in cold Canada. I have a diary, but I have never opened it, so I'm going to talk to you guys. Thank you. I'm waiting until the poutineery opens so I can get a large poutine and take you guys along for a nice drive. Now, I have to say, I read the comments under this, and someone said, what the fuck is intuitive about staying awake until a place that sells gravy fries opens? But neither here nor there. I haven't had a therapy session in like 3 weeks because I mixed up my calendar dates. Don't buy it, you just didn't go. I'm already sick of OnlyFans, even though I'm only 3 days in and I made $1,000. I don't like messages asking me for nipples and farts. I feel as sexual as a cactus. What is even my life right now? Next, I deleted my TikTok. It was getting on my nerves. Sorry, guys. I was having a moody moment. Next, 2 days ago. I can't go live, not feeling well enough. However, I will have a video out tomorrow talking about a critical issue. Thanks, guys. And then, an hour ago. It's 3:30 right now while I'm filming this. So, hey guys, so I did post this on my OnlyFans account, but I wanted to let you know that I've decided to close my account. I increased the subscription fee to $50 only so people would not subscribe to it. Like she's not going to get a few suckers who will drop 50 before the end of the month. Existing subscribers will not be charged that amount. Good. I do not feel I owe a refund to anyone because I did put content out there and I'm not going to prorate your charges for the content I did put out. Plus, OnlyFans takes a fee of each subscription and their terms of service say all purchases are final. Most people who signed up were trolls who leaked my content anyway, so for those people I could care less if you feel like you wasted your money. This isn't about being bound by OnlyFans terms of service and us wasting money. This is about you promising something, accepting money for it, and then not delivering it. That's it. And again, this is unfortunately a character judgment. I'm not saying anything that was done was illegal or unsafe, like, you know what I mean? Against terms of service or anything like that. But if you were selling Girl Scout cookies, came to my door, you know what I mean? And I gave you money and you said, sorry, here's 3 cookies. You thought you were buying a box? Well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not giving you a refund. All sales final. It's just not, I don't know. I don't think it's okay. Most people who signed up were trolls. How do we know this? Do we have to convince ourselves they were trolls so we can justify keeping the money? Is that how that goes? Because if they were subscribers and nice, friendly people, you'd be taking money from people who were nice and kind and liked your channel. But if you can convince yourself they were all nasty people, you still can't steal from people you don't like. I mean, it's not okay. I know she said she didn't steal anything from anyone, but when you have money for something that you promised and didn't deliver, what the fuck else would you call it? So, most people who signed up were trolls, blah, blah, blah. My loyal subscribers understand and did not ask for a refund. Okay. Oh, God, you got all twisted on me again here. She got me twisted. I decided it is just not for me. I wanted to try it, and I briefly did. I just can't go on with it. I don't want negative comments and people armchair diagnosing me as bipolar. I wouldn't call this bipolar. I'd call it grimy. Making an impulse decision to join OnlyFans is impulsive. But Chantal's impulsive by nature. She says so herself. She admits it herself. It's not news. It's not debatable. She uses that impulsiveness as a defense for shit like this all the time. Guys, you know how I am. I'm not accountable. What do you expect from me? So she doesn't want to have that addressed. And you'll be blocked if you bring it up. And she's kind of tired of social media and YouTube right now. So she'll be back Monday. So she made a mess. A big mess. And YouTube time, a year is like 4 days. So it'll kind of blow over a little bit. And then she'll be back. As one of the people who paid for a month's worth of content and got 3 videos. Well, I did get a few things from that. I didn't share any of her videos. I'm not that kind of YouTuber, really. Like, I think I've used her face picture a couple times in the video here. I mostly just talk about her. But bottom line is the decision she made with the OnlyFans to just, all she would have to do is make a couple extra videos for 3 more weeks. And that's it. That would honor her part of the agreement of, I'm going to make content for you guys, and it's going to be special, and it's going to be unique, and it'll cost you this much. She doesn't have to go beyond a month commitment. Nothing. It's her decision, but her decision, she can't be surprised if people felt robbed from it. I personally don't, because, $10 isn't that much for me, considering we're in the YouTube world, and if you want to have access to information, you sometimes got to pay for it. So be it. But for someone who's a fan of hers, who scraped together $10 to think they could get something, spend more time with Chantal and have better access to her, and then to find out that not only is she not doing the content, she's not even sorry she's not doing it, and if you feel like you were robbed, she's kind of happy about it. So, I don't know. That's what I've got for her this week. Mark?
Yeah.
Do you have any closing thoughts? Because I've just about had it.
Well,
just about had it.
No, I don't.
No?
Nope.
Nothing?
Over it. I'm just over.
You're over Fraudie beauty?
I am. Oh my gosh, she's a mess.
I don't.
Like last week, remember I said, you know what? Okay, I give her this. She's taking a chance. She's putting herself out there. You know what? Okay. Screw her.
Yeah.
Screw her.
I don't know. I'll say, I honestly, I have to say, I don't dislike Chantal. She's got a lot of issues. I don't dislike her, but this specific action was fucking disgusting.
It was wrong. It was wrong.
It was wrong. You can throw as many, it's not illegal, it's not against terms of service, it's not this, that, to just quit on it and not follow up with it after taking all the money to do it is just, it's wrong.
Yeah, add
it's
morally
wrong.
corrupt to her resume.
I suppose so. Nothing but love, Chantal, but I gotta say, this particular set of behaviors and that course of action, and not so much that, the defense of it. If you couldn't give refunds, say, look, this is not a good time, I can't do this, OnlyFans terms of service don't allow for refunds, and I wouldn't even know how to go about doing it, I am so sorry, blah, blah, blah. Not, you're all probably trolls anyway, fuck it if I took your money.
Exactly. That's all in the way that she
Yeah.
presented it.
And like I said, she has to believe that it's only trolls, otherwise she might feel guilty about taking people's money. Otherwise she'd have to feel bad, and we can't do that, because she's got a lot on her plate. Alright, well, there's no bow to put on this at the end, really. So I guess we'll just leave it here. I'm here for what's coming up. Chantal, if you are listening, which you probably aren't, but if you are, I hope the things that are a lot going on, because you do have real stuff going on. I know there's sick family, health problems of yours, other stuff, yada yada. Just take it easy. Just take it easy, all right? So, and keep out of the lingerie on camera if you're not going to follow through with it. Bravo for taking a risk, but the way you got out of it was so lousy. So lousy. And it's fixable. It's fixable. Continue making content for the duration of the month that people paid for content. Make different kinds of content. Do graphic TMI mukbangs. There's other ways you can do it without putting yourself on camera and being nude. There's other ways around it. This doesn't have to be the end of this. This is redeemable, possibly, but not the approach that she's taking to it. So, and enough people already hate Chantal. Why do you want to earn more haters? That's all it's going to do. So at any rate, I hope you have a happy Saturday. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell on your way out also, so you'll get all the alerts when we have a new video and also when we go live. You can follow Mark and I on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc, or on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc, or on Twitter at SmokeySteveA. Our email address and our contact info is all listed below as well. Thank you again, and Mark and I will be going live tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you're available, feel free to stop by and say howdy. It's usually very chill. We have good mods. Open topic, usually Foodie Beauty comes up, sometimes Cynthia Beaumont, and then random crap. But it's the cool side of the pillow. It's very nice. Thank you all for watching, and we will catch up with you tomorrow. Bye. Say bye, Mark.
Bye.